what was a molehill becomes a mountain. In these moments, the difference between success and stagnation is action. Action is the foundational key to all success. It's not just about having knowledge or talent. It's about using that knowledge, harnessing that talent. You could have the intellect of Einstein, but without action, it's like having a library of books that you never read. So how do we tap into this force? How do we push ourselves to take action, especially when it's tough? Well, that's the journey we're on together today. It's about understanding the why behind the what. It's about learning to embrace the discomfort of growth. Because let me tell you, growth and comfort do not coexist. I want you to think about a goal, a dream, something you've been putting off. Hold that in your mind as we embark on this discussion. Because today isn't just about theories and words. It's about transformation. It's about turning I can't into I will. And believe me, the journey from I can't to I will is where all the magic happens. Dive into this together, shall we? Let's explore how we can harness this force within us, how we can turn the tide in our favor and truly set sail towards our dreams. Remember, it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey.
Good morning, dreamers. It's not about the destination, it is about the journey. Love it. Had a lot going on this morning, fam, but we are here super excited to go ahead and dive into today. Today is July 18th, and there's a lot of amazing things that have been flowing through this month, and we've still got plenty more on the way. So grateful for a lot, grateful for each and every single one of you guys tuning in. Today is a great topic. We're getting into a little bit of Jim Rohn as well. He touches on this quite often, and it's going to be either winning or not losing, but learning, right? Because when we can learn from what it is that we're doing, any activity stepping outside of the comfort zone, it doesn't become a loss. It now becomes a lesson, because now moving forward, we get to utilize the experience as more wisdom. So great topic to get into today. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. We've got a lot coming on this schedule, so I don't want to take too much of anybody's time. So let's go ahead and dive into today with either winning or learning. IG is here. Love it. IG, it's good to see you. What is everybody grateful for coming into today? So much to be grateful for and thankful for. Grateful to be alive. So thankful to be on here with each of you. We've got this morning started up with some abundant affirmations, journaling, yoga sessions, getting deep with the mindset, getting clarity on the next 6 months, really writing out the goals. Went through a little bit of the evaluation too. What have we done well? What could we do better? And what is the real focus to go ahead and maximize what is coming up ahead? So got really deep this morning. My man Diamond, it's good to see you, King. Love it, fam. So let's go ahead and get into today with no further ado. Yes, love it. So the topic for today was either winning or losing, and it's interesting talking winning or learning, and it's interesting getting into this topic because here's what I've noticed, right? For a lot of us, we need to overcome a story, and a lot of times that story has to do with fear, right? Fear of losing, fear of somebody actually being able to say, you know what, that's not going to work. I don't think you're going to be able to make it happen. There's a lot of different types of fear that we all experience. But at the same time, here's what's really interesting. We all also have the ability to go ahead and make a decision, the ability to start asking questions that get us either closer or they get us either farther to our goals. Isn't that interesting? How the questions that we ask literally dictate where it is that we're going. Every time that we speak lack, every time that we're speaking pessimism, we're bringing more about that inside of our life. And the moment I really started to become aware of that, I became conscious of not just the words that I was speaking, but what was I thinking? What was the self-talk like every single day? Imagine a river. Here was a great example. Imagine a river that is a mile wide and a mile deep, right? Now imagine if we were to go ahead and condense that into a half a mile wide and a mile deep, and now we have a flow. Now we can actually go ahead and get some momentum moving downstream. And the same thing happens with life. When we're too spread out, when we have our hands in too many different pots, it's hard to go ahead and drive anything with enough depth to be able to actually make a dent in whatever it is that we're doing. That's why when you look at the acronym FOCUS, it says it right inside of there. Follow one course until successful. So crucial to really go ahead and put in perspective. And here's another piece when it comes to thinking about winning or learning. A lot of the times, for most of us, when the pain and the frustration really becomes deep enough, that's when we decide to go ahead and do something different. And that's exactly what happened to me. I was tired of sitting in the back of the room wondering, what if? Seeing everybody just walk by from different walks of life and see all these different amounts of success. And it made me realize, what's the difference between me and them? We walk the same, we sleep the same, we talk the same, but they just decide, you know what? I'm going to go out and fail. I'm going to go out and I'm going to learn. I'm going to go out and I'm going to take the losses and I'm going to turn them into lessons. That's all it was. They just weren't afraid to go ahead and step out into the battleground, to get into the field, to get off of the bleachers and get into the game. Because when we step into the game, you notice kind of like Friday Night Lights. Whenever you get onto the field, now the spotlight, it's on us. People can see the wins. People can also see the losses. But just like Gary Vee says, he says it beautifully. He actually made a whole brand about it. He called it the dirt. And then we also have the clouds, right? We have the gray side on the bottom, and then we have the beautiful blue up top. And here's the thing. We wouldn't even be able to appreciate one without the other. It takes both sides. How many of you guys have ever been working on something and you took a couple lessons and those lessons shaped you to become better at whatever that was? Maybe for some of you, it was golf. I'll give you a perfect example for me, even golfing, right? I love to golf. It's something that my father always told me since I was little. He's like, D, you got to learn how to golf. Because when I'm 80 years old, it's one of the very few sports that we can actually go out and play together. So in golfing, it's so funny because all of the time, there's a ton of lessons that you're going to learn that makes you actually see that, okay, I can either get upset that I might have hit it in the water, I can get upset that I hit it in the sand, or I can just go ahead and take it as a lesson. Because in golf, every single shot that you carry that negative emotion, that negative self-talk carries on to the next. Think about it. We've got 500 feet to hit a little golf ball, 500 yards to hit a little golf ball in 5 shots if it's a par 5. And every time you hit it in the water, it's worth +2. So if you get upset that you hit it in the water and you carry that with you to the next shot, well, it's easy to go ahead and blow up that whole hole. But somebody that says, okay, well, maybe I wasn't clear before I took that shot. Maybe I was thinking about too many distractions before I stepped up to the ball. And that's why I hit it into the water. I was thinking about all the negatives. I was too afraid. But now the next time when we step up to that shot and we have a clear mind, we have confidence, we visualize that next shot, and we go ahead and we're smooth, we have peace, and we hit a nice one. Same thing happens with success. I've noticed the same thing happens with growth. Just because things don't work out our way does not mean it's a loss. I can't tell you how many losses I've taken inside of the markets, how many losses I've taken in e-commerce, how many losses I've taken in so many different areas. But at the end of the day, just like Mr. B says, the only way that I became the #1 YouTuber in the world is because of losses, is because of learning from my failures. When somebody gave me criticism, I didn't just get upset. I said, okay, let me hear that and let me add that into my next video. So maybe I could get a little bit better at the transitions. Maybe I could go ahead and really see what the audience liked and utilize that a little bit more into the next video. So everything that we're going to be doing in life, there's one or two ways to look at it. It's either going to be a loss or it's going to be a lesson. Last example for today, I stopped at the gym this morning and there was somebody that was in there and he was going for a PR, right? He was going for a personal record on the bench, and he's got 245s on there, and he goes to get up, and he gets stuck on his chest, and the spotter's got to grab the weight, and he lifts it up. He's like, man, I thought I was ready for it, and he's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna apply this workout for the next week, and you know what? Next week I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna eat a little bit more carbs. I'm gonna eat a little bit more protein, and now he has a plan to go ahead and get 1% better to go and knock out his next personal goal. So with all of us, it takes being able to sit and really get some clarity, do some self-reflection, ask some self-deep questions to really allow us to see that nothing in life is a loss. It is only a lesson because it allows us to get better. So fam, with that being said, that is my quick training coming today. Just nice little thought to go ahead and resurface to the top as a reminder that anything we're about to go out and do, even if we're not perfect, even if it doesn't work out exactly how we envision right away, Jim Rohn always says, nothing gets easier. We just get better. So fam, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Happy Thursday. I'm sending love, good vibes, and abundance to each and every single one of you. Let's have an abundant day. Anything you need, we're here for you. If nobody told you yet today for the morning, let me be the first to tell you, I'm proud of you. I see the growth. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And I believe this next 6 months is going to be filled with some of the best growth that any of us have seen yet. So remember, fam, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Have a great day, fam. See you soon. Let's grow.